Lamar versus Mahomes, round 4. And it is a big one. Another primetime tilt this Sunday, week 2. Yeah, man, welcome back to another preview of the Ravens. We are up against the Chiefs. And it might not be a pretty one. I bet Ravens fans aren't going to hype this game up like we have in years past, because it's like, at this point it's just another game. The Chiefs just are not a rival at all, and the media tries to force it to be a rivalry even though it is not. The Ravens with Lamar are 0-3 against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It can't really be a rivalry if one team always wins, okay? I personally have all the respect in the world for the Chiefs and their fans. Great team, great quarterback. With all that being said, it's still a huge game for the Ravens. First off, you do not want to fall 0-2. Second, this team should be well motivated after that heartbreaking loss last week against the Raiders on Monday night. You have arguably the best team in the league coming to the bank in prime time for the first full capacity game since Lamar's MVP season. First time in 2 years we're getting fans. Full capacity as well at home. The energy in the stadium will be electric. And the Ravens should definitely come into this game with a chip on their shoulder and want to prove that they can beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. If this game doesn't get everybody hyped, I don't know what will. Honestly, I do not know what will. But yeah, let's get right into the comparisons of both teams. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you guys quickly the additions that the Chiefs had. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of additions. They haven't really lost any key players either. I'm going to show you guys. You have guys like Orlando Brown, Nick Bolton to add into their linebacker room. But the Chiefs did a lot. I think they did enough. Okay, Creed Humphrey, somebody we wanted in the draft as well. I was a big fan of Creed Humphrey. They ended up getting him in like the second round, I think. But it's still of a pick. But yeah, man, let's get into the team comparisons. Not to forget, they added one of the better guards in the league in Joe Thuney. So their O-line is much better than the one we saw in the Super Bowl. They did a good job trying to protect Mahomes, taking care of him. So here's a comparison on offense. Right the second you look at this, you should already know what we should do. If I'm Greg Roman, looking at how the Chiefs did last week against the Browns, a team that's very good on the run, just like us, you already know what we should be doing against that team. And if you look at it, both offenses were pretty good. Passing the ball wise, it doesn't look good in yards per game, but I think our passing game was much better than I've seen in the past, like in the past year. Like last year, it was horrendous. Like I said in the Raiders preview, our pass game was due for some progression, and you saw that on Monday night. But yeah, man, both offenses are very good, but we should be able to actually outplay. We should be able to keep up. By the way, I know this is only based off 1 week, and it can be really deflating, but I'm just looking. They played the Browns, and their defense, if you look at it, is hella mid. Honestly, I know that they were missing Tyrann Mathieu, but we're getting a bit of an idea because we have the better run game than the Browns scheme-wise. It shouldn't be a problem. So if you look at it, you already know what we should be doing. You already know what we should be doing with that Chiefs defense. But for our defense, our secondary has looked good in the first 3 quarters. And then after that, went to shit. You decided, oh no, we just don't want to play anymore. We should be doing this. We should be playing well for a full 60 minutes, not 45. So we need to step it up, especially with Mahomes at QB and all these weapons. We need to be on point. We need to play almost perfect. Key is to win this game, to beating the Chiefs. We're going to start off on offense. And again, it's simple. It is simple, Greg Roman, okay? Stick to our identity and run the ball. We cannot be flustered like we have in the past and completely abandon the run the second we are trailing. Last time we played them, Greg Roman just completely abandoned the run game for the rest of the first half. When we started being down 6-3. 3 points. 3-point deficit, and he's like, oh yeah, we're just going to pass every play. And then he started calling runs in the second half when we were trailing by 17 points. And we're acting like we're surprised. Like he's acting like he's surprised. Continue doing it. The Chiefs still have a below average run defense this year, still. And it showed last week, like we just saw. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt were just running all over them. So we better do the same thing, but better right down their throats. Take advantage of their biggest weakness. Something we have not done last year. We have not done that at all for the entire first half. Once we establish that run game, we should try and incorporate some play action. Again, Greg Roman, I don't know why you just hate using play action. And that I'm not talking that shotgun play action. Use that I formation play action. It works every time. Every time we use it. Lamar is one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league. Literally. And we barely use it. Also use creative route concepts, which I would only dream, because Greg Roman is brain dead, especially over the middle of the field. Just especially the Chiefs linebacker room blows. Okay, it blows. So Greg Roman, don't be brain dead. Okay, run the ball, kill the clock, and keep Patrick Mahomes' explosive offense off the field as long as possible. One last thing before I go to defense. The biggest factor into us winning this game is how our O-line holds up. How well it holds up. Okay? Obviously, the offensive line just did not play well last week at all. But hopefully it was a wake-up call, because they definitely need to be better than that, way better than that. If you want to go, far in the playoffs and actually make the playoffs too. So in the Chiefs 4-3 scheme, they have 2 very good ends in Frank Clark and Chris Jones. Chris Jones, he can. He's a guy who can make noise on opposing offensive lines. He can make noise. Frank Clark is, a bit overrated, in my opinion. I think he's a bit overrated. He's paid way too much money for what he does, but that's a discussion for another day, okay? With Ronnie Stanley most likely not playing, it's going to be Alejandro Villanueva and Patrick McCarry up to task to defend Jones and Clark. Hopefully Villanueva can have a better game. And hopefully last week was only rust. And he can have a better game this week. Back to his natural left tackle spot. And McCarry can hold down the fort at right tackle. I also, honestly, I expect the Chiefs to put a lot of their attention defensively on Andrews, because he is still our biggest threat, okay? Sammy Watkins, things are opened up for you. I could expect Watkins to have a big night against his former team. And like I said before, the Chiefs linebackers won't be able to guard Andrews if Roman actually traces good routes for him. Just like Gruden does for Waller. It's something I wish he actually did. It would work very well if Roman traces the same routes John Gruden does for Waller. I would dream for that. But it's Greg Roman. What do you expect? It would be amazing. But yeah, man. On defense, it's going to be a task. Biggest task out of all. Because you have 3 players to contain. The 3-headed monster of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. Like, we have to contain Tyreek, but not let Kelce destroy us over the middle. The Ravens had trouble defending Darren Waller last week, and Kelce's better. So, I don't know, man. That is going to be a tough task. But we did put a lot of different guys on Waller last week, and I suspect we'll do the same with Kelce. If Jimmy Smith plays this weekend, that could be huge trying to defend Kelce. But another thing, you cannot run a blitz heavy scheme against Mahomes. Okay? Learn finally, Wink. Learn. Mahomes will kill us if we just blitz every play. If don't blitz, okay? Mahomes will take your lunch money, okay? And you should know this well. You should know this very well. Because we have done that multiple times against Mahomes. All 3 matchups. And it's come back to bite us literally all 3 times. I understand that you live and die by the blitz, but this just isn't the week to do it. Okay? These schemes aren't fooling Mahomes, nor the Chiefs, and definitely not the wide receivers, because you have so much speed. Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman, literally. And if we decide to run cover 0, last week it did not even work. It did not even work against the Raiders. So do not expect it to work against the Chiefs. Okay? It did not. Honestly, I do not even think. I mean, I thought it would because their O-line was not good. It got us a lot of pressure, but in crucial times we shouldn't have run that. Okay? We'll just get smoked over the top if we do so. And you cannot have these mismatches, okay? Like CJ Mosley on Tyreek Hill. That is that matchup, that mismatch is AIDS, okay? Like, okay. Overall, Mahomes is a much better quarterback than Carr, and Hill, Hardman are better than all the Raiders wide receivers. Let's be real. It's one last thing on defense. It's going to be a huge game for the pass rushers, okay? We definitely need to get to Mahomes. And we need to get pressure out of base, okay? Houston, Oweh, Bowser need to have good games. It's not going to be easy because the Chiefs have an improved offensive line. But if we want to win, if you want to stop Mahomes, have a better chance, we gotta be good at all these things, okay? Time for the score prediction now. So Sunday night I have Chiefs 31, Ravens 24. So I have the Ravens losing to the Chiefs. I do not think we're going to get him this time. Again, it's going to be a close game, like it has always been between these two teams. but we will not have enough to finally beat Mahomes and the Chiefs, especially on defense. I hope I am wrong. I hope I am wrong, though. Again, I'm fully aware. I'm saying that fully aware that we cannot lose to this team for a fourth time. This will be horrible for the Ravens, especially Lamar. We cannot lose to this team. I'm predicting this, fully aware of that. But I have a feeling that we lose again. And we're going to fall 0-2 to start off the 2021 campaign. But keep your head up. Keep your head up, Ravens fans. Be optimistic. Don't lose hope for this season, because we have a pretty light schedule after Kansas City. Okay? We can potentially pick up 8 wins in a row before we play the Browns in Week 12 on Sunday Night Football. I predict I think we can literally, our worst, we got 6 out of these 8. So I do not think it's a bad one. It's not a bad schedule before the Browns. So yeah, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the preview. Comment down below your thoughts on this game, your feelings on this game. What do you think is going to happen? And yeah, one last message. The most Ravens thing to happen would be just us losing to the Raiders and beating the Chiefs. That would be the most Ravens thing to happen. But yeah, man. See you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed.